How could you say that in front of everyone?
Because it's the truth, and you know it.
This is not the time for this.
I don't understand, I said, staring at my father across the dinner table. What do you mean Liam is taking over the company? My father didn't even look up from his plate. It's simple, Ethan. He's ready. You're not. Not? I repeated. I've worked there since I was 19. I learned every department. Aunt Victoria laughed loud enough to rattle the silverware. Sweetheart, learning is not the same as leading. Liam was born for this. Liam leaned back with that smug smile he always wore. Don't take it personally, dude. Some people just have presence. I felt my jaw tighten. Presence? That's what you're going with? My father sighed. Ethan, this behavior is exactly why you aren't fit to lead. You get emotional too easily. Emotional? I asked. You told me for years that if I worked hard, the company would be mine someday. My mother finally spoke, her voice soft. Ethan, maybe this is for the best. Liam has more confidence than you. I felt that one like a punch. Mom, you could have said something. Anything. She lowered her eyes. I didn't want to start a fight tonight. Tonight? I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. You knew they planned this? Aunt Victoria smiled like she enjoyed watching me break. Of course she knew. We all did. This is a family decision. I shook my head. A family decision? No one asked me. You didn't need to be asked, my father said. This is business. You'll still work there, just not in leadership. So I get to do the work, I said, while Liam gets the praise. Liam chuckled. Hey, it's not my fault I'm good at what I do. You're not, I said before I could stop myself. You're careless. You forget deadlines. You lie to clients. I covered for you every time. He shrugged. And that was helpful. It gave you something to do. The room went quiet for a moment, but no one defended me. Not even my mother. I stood up slowly. So this whole dinner, this was just to announce that I've been replaced. My father frowned. Ethan, don't be dramatic. I'm not being dramatic, I said. I'm being honest. Aunt Victoria waved her hand. Sit down and stop making a scene. You should be happy for him. Happy? My voice cracked, and I hated that they heard it. You want me to celebrate losing everything I worked for? It wasn't yours, Liam said. You just assumed it was. I looked at him, really looked at him, and realized he believed every word. He thought he deserved my life. My years. My loyalty. So when were you planning to tell me? I asked. Tomorrow? Next week? Or were you just going to introduce me as your assistant? Liam grinned. Assistant is a strong word. More like support staff. My father nodded. Yes. That's more fitting. I stared at him. Fitting? For me? For someone who isn't ready to lead, he said firmly. My mother whispered, Ethan, please sit. You're upsetting your father. I turned to her. What about me? Am I allowed to be upset? She looked away again. That answer was enough. I pushed my chair back. The legs scraped the floor, and everyone flinched like I was the problem. I'm done, I said. I'm not sitting here while you all pretend this is fair. Aunt Victoria scoffed. Running away won't change anything. I'm not running, I said. I'm leaving before I say something I'll regret. Liam smirked. Good idea. You always were the sensitive one. I felt heat rush up my throat. You don't get to call me sensitive after everything I did for you. Everything you did was your choice, he said. I didn't force you. No, I said quietly. You just took advantage of me. My father slammed his palm on the table. Enough. Liam earned this. How? I asked. By being your favorite? By having the right last name? By letting me clean up his messes? Watch your tone, he warned. I have, I said. For years. It didn't get me anywhere. Liam folded his arms. You're jealous. Just admit it. I'm disappointed, I replied. In all of you. My mother whispered my name again, but there was nothing left in her voice for me. I walked toward the door. Where do you think you're going? My father asked. Anywhere but here, I said. Liam laughed behind me. Come on, Ethan. Don't be dramatic. But for once, I didn't look back. I didn't try to explain myself. I didn't wait for someone to stop me. I just walked out of the house and into the night, feeling the cold air hit my face, and I finally understood something. I was never part of their family. I was just useful. And now, I wasn't even that. The cold air followed me all the way to the small cafe at the corner of Maple Street. I pushed the door open, and the bell chimed. Grace looked up from behind the counter. Ethan, she said. You look like you've been run over. I kind of have, I muttered. She walked toward me. What happened? Did something go wrong at home again? I sat at the nearest table. Worse than usual. She grabbed 2 mugs, filled them, and sat across from me. Okay. Talk to me. What did they do now? I rubbed my hands together, trying to steady myself. They gave Liam my future. She blinked. What does that mean? My dad announced that Liam is taking over the company. Everyone smiled. Everyone knew. Everyone but me. Grace set her mug down hard. They didn't even tell you first? No, I said. They celebrated like it was some great family moment. My mom sat there and didn't say a word. Grace leaned in. What did you say? I asked how it made sense. They said I wasn't ready. That I don't have presents. Whatever that means. Grace frowned. Presents? Seriously? You've worked there longer than Liam. That's what I said. They acted like I was jealous. I let out a shaky breath. I felt erased. She reached across the table and touched my wrist. Ethan, you're not invisible. I feel invisible, I admitted. I've always been the one fixing things. Covering for Liam. Doing the quiet work no one notices. And tonight they told me that's all I'll ever be. Grace shook her head. You deserve better. I laughed weakly. Better? I can't even get respect in my own home. You don't have to stay around people who crush you, she said softly. You know that, right? I know, I said, though it felt like a lie. But they're my family. Family doesn't mean much if they treat you like you don't matter. I looked up at her. Why are you always the only one who says things like that? She smiled gently. Because I actually pay attention to you. I felt my throat tighten. Grace, tonight I walked out, and none of them followed. Not one person asked where I was going. They don't deserve you, she said. And you don't need their approval. I stared at the steam rising from my mug. I just want to feel like I'm enough for once. You are enough, she said. You just grew up in a house that refuses to see it. I swallowed hard. I don't know how to fix it. Maybe you don't fix it, she said. Maybe you fix yourself. I gave a tired smile. You sound like a therapist. She nudged my foot under the table. If I charged by the hour, you'd be broke. I laughed for the first time that night. It felt strange but good. Thanks for listening. I always will, she said. Now, do you want something to eat before you collapse? I'm fine, I said. Just tired. She raised an eyebrow. You look like you haven't slept in a week. Feels about right. The cafe door opened, and her older brother Mark stepped inside. Grace, Mom needs you to. Oh, Ethan. You good, man? Not really, I admitted. Grace stood. Mark, keep an eye on things. I'm taking him outside for air. Mark nodded. Sure thing. She walked with me to the sidewalk. The street was quiet, the yellow light soft against the pavement. Ethan, she said gently, don't let them shape the way you see yourself. I don't know who I am without them, I whispered. They've made every decision for me. That just means you're overdue to make your own. I stared at her. Do you really think I can? I do, she said without hesitation. I've always seen more in you than they ever have. Something warm moved in my chest. Grace, why do you care so much? She squeezed my hand. Because you do the same for me. I held her hand tighter than I meant to. I don't want to go home. Then don't, she said. Not yet. I have to eventually. Fine, she sighed, but promise me something. What? When you walk back through that door, don't accept anything less than respect. I nodded slowly. I'll try. No, she said, lifting my chin, you will. That quiet strength in her voice stayed with me the whole walk home. When I reached my driveway, I heard voices inside. I stopped by the window. My father's voice cut through the room. Ethan doesn't have what it takes. He never will. My mother didn't argue. No one did. Something inside me snapped, not loud, not violent, just final. Grace had been right. I didn't need to stay where I wasn't wanted. And for the first time, I let that truth settle into my bones. I wasn't going to live in their shadow anymore. For weeks, every conversation in the house started with Liam's name and ended with praise. I tried ignoring it, but one afternoon he burst through the door like he owned the place. Guess what, everyone? Liam shouted. I finally found someone who fits me. Chloe Harris. She's way out of Ethan's league. I looked up from the kitchen table. Why bring me into it? Just stating facts, he said. You'll see her at dinner tonight. Can't wait, I muttered. He grinned. Try not to embarrass yourself. That night, the entire family gathered. When Chloe walked in beside Liam, she gave a shy smile and waved. Hi. I'm Chloe. I stood to shake her hand. I'm Ethan. Liam slid his arm around her. Don't get too friendly. He's harmless. Chloe looked confused. Why would you say that? Because it's true, he said. Ethan doesn't do much around here. I felt the words sink deeper than I expected. Liam, just sit down. Aunt Victoria clapped. Let's eat. Liam, tell us more about this wonderful girl. Liam launched into a story about how Chloe adored him. She kept giving small, uncomfortable laughs. So, Ethan, Chloe asked suddenly, why does everyone look past you when you talk? The table froze. I blinked. They're used to ignoring me. That's not true, Aunt Victoria snapped. Liam scoffed. Ethan just likes playing the victim. My jaw tightened. I'm not playing anything. Chloe glanced between us. It just feels strange. Don't worry about him, Liam said sharply. He doesn't matter. The words hit me like a slap. Chloe seemed to feel it too because she whispered, that sounded harsh. Uncle Robert cleared his throat. Liam's just being honest. My appetite vanished. I pushed back my chair. I need some air. Liam shrugged. See? Sensitive. I stepped outside into the yard, letting the cold wind cool the heat in my chest. I heard footsteps behind me. Ethan? Chloe's voice came softly. Can I talk to you? I turned. You don't have to apologize for him. I kind of do, she said. He was rude. Does he always talk to you like that? Pretty much, I said. I'm the family shadow. She frowned. But you seem, I don't know, decent. Calm. Not like him. That's the problem, I said. I'm not loud enough to impress them. She stepped closer. I don't think loud means better. I gave a small laugh. You're the first person here who thinks that? She hesitated. Can I ask something else? Go ahead. Do you hate him? I shook my head slowly. No. I hate what he gets away with. I hate how everyone bends for him. But hate him? I don't know. I'm too tired for that. She nodded. He told me you're jealous of him. I snorted. He would say that. So you're not? She asked. No, I said. I just want a place where I matter. She held my eyes. I saw how you looked at the table. You do matter. Maybe not to them, but I saw you. Something in my chest shifted. Thanks. That means more than you know. She sighed. I'm sorry if I made dinner worse by asking questions. You didn't. You were the only real person at that table. She gave a small smile. I try. We talked for what felt like an hour. She told me about her job, her family, her love for writing. I told her about the company, how my father tossed me aside, how Grace helped me keep myself together. Chloe listened like every word had weight. At one point she said, "You're nothing like Liam described." Is that good or bad? Good, she said quietly. Very good. The sliding door slammed open behind us. There you two are, Liam snapped. What's this? A private meeting? Chloe stepped back. We were just talking. Talking, he repeated. Chloe, you barely spoke to me inside. She folded her arms. Because you were talking over everyone. And you, Liam said, pointing at me, stop trying to steal her attention. I laughed. Trust me, Liam, that's not what I'm doing. Chloe looked at him sharply. Why would you even say that? Because he always wants what I have, Liam said. It's a pattern. I shook my head. You really believe the world revolves around you? It usually does, he replied. Chloe sighed. Liam, please stop. Ethan didn't do anything wrong. He ignored her. Get inside. Both of you. Chloe didn't move. I'm fine here. His jaw twitched. Chloe. I stepped away. I'm going home. Enjoy your dinner. Liam smirked. Running away again? No, I said. Just leaving before you make a bigger mess. Chloe called after me softly. Ethan, thanks for talking. I nodded. Anytime. As I walked off, I heard Liam mutter, unbelievable. But I ignored him, because for the first time in years, someone in that house saw me. And that changed everything. When I stepped into the office that morning, Liam's voice echoed through the hall. I said redo it, he shouted. How hard is it to follow simple directions? An employee stammered, Liam, we just need. You need nothing, he snapped. Fix it before lunch or you're gone. I stopped beside him. What's going on? He turned sharply. Oh great, the backup plan arrived. Why are you yelling at people? Because they're incompetent, he said. Unlike you, I don't coddle people. I crossed my arms. Leadership doesn't mean screaming. He smirked. Look at you pretending to know something about leadership. Liam, you're destroying morale. He stepped closer. And you're here to do what? Judge me? I'm trying to help, I said. He laughed. You? Help me? Please. Go back to whatever small task they stuck you with. I clenched my jaw. This isn't how you treat employees. He waved me off. I don't care what you think. I walked away before my anger boiled over. I barely made it outside before Aunt Victoria cornered me. There you are, she said sharply. Trying to sabotage Liam again? Sabotage? I repeated. I told him to stop yelling. You always undermine him, she said. You're jealous. I'm not jealous, I said. I just don't want the office falling apart. My father walked over. What's happening? Victoria pointed at me. Ethan's causing trouble. I stared at him. I tried to calm him down. That's all. My father didn't hesitate. Ethan, stay out of Liam's way. I felt something twist inside me. Dad, he's ruining everything you built. He gave a cold shrug. He'll learn. So I'm the problem? I asked. Yes, Victoria said. You've always been the problem. I laughed bitterly. Right. Of course. That night the whole family gathered again. I expected another round of their usual nonsense, but Liam stood at the head of the table with a grin that made my stomach drop. I have an announcement, he said. Chloe and I are getting engaged. Every fork dropped. My heart did too. Chloe walked in behind him. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. She looked almost trapped. I forced myself to speak. Congratulations. She met my eyes for half a second. Something in her expression told me she wished the words weren't true. Victoria clapped wildly. My son finally found a perfect match. My father nodded proudly. Good choice, Liam. My mother whispered, that's wonderful, though she looked unsure. Chloe's hands shook as she held the ring box. I tried to ignore how tight my chest felt. Liam put his arm around her. We're planning to marry soon. Big wedding. Of course. I swallowed. Chloe, are you happy? Liam's head snapped toward me. Why wouldn't she be? Chloe forced a smile. It's just a lot to take in. The moment the room erupted into chatter, she walked toward me. Ethan, she whispered, can we talk? I nodded, and we slipped onto the porch. She clutched her phone like it was keeping her steady. I didn't want this. What do you mean? I tried breaking up with him, she said. Twice. But his mom kept calling. His father came to my apartment. They said he needed me. They said I owed him a chance. My stomach tightened. You don't owe him anything. I know, she said, trembling. But I felt trapped. And when I told him I wasn't ready, he announced it anyway. I exhaled slowly. Why are you telling me this? Because, she whispered, you're the only one I trust. You listen. You actually hear me. I felt heat rise in my chest. Chloe, I don't know what to say. Just say I'm not crazy for feeling scared, she said. You're not crazy, I said. And you're not alone. She closed her eyes. Thank you. The porch lights flickered, and the door swung open. Liam stepped out. What's going on here? Chloe stepped back. Nothing. We were just talking. Talking, he repeated. With him. I narrowed my eyes. Relax. She asked me a question. Stay away from my fiancé, he said, glaring at me. I mean it. Liam, Chloe began. No, he snapped. I know him. He thinks he can steal attention that isn't his. I took a step forward. I'm not trying to steal anything from you. You never had anything, he spat. Loser. Chloe gasped. Liam, stop. But I didn't move. I didn't flinch. For the first time, I felt something cold, controlled, and sharp settle inside me. I looked him dead in the eyes. Be careful, Liam. You might lose more than you think. His smirk faded just a little. Chloe whispered my name, but I kept my eyes on him. Something had shifted. And I knew this was only the beginning. 3 weeks passed before I heard from Chloe again. I was leaving work when my phone buzzed nonstop. When I checked the screen, her name filled every notification. Ethan, please answer. Please. I need help. Where are you? I called her immediately. Chloe? What happened? Her voice cracked. Can you meet me? I don't know what to do. Where are you? The park near your street, she whispered. Please hurry. I ran the whole way. She sat on a bench, hoodie pulled tight around her face, hands shaking. Chloe, I said gently, look at me. She lifted her head, and tears streaked down her cheeks. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. You didn't drag me into anything. Talk to me. What's wrong? She swallowed hard. Liam cheated on me. More than once. My stomach dropped. He what? He bragged about it, she said. Said I should be grateful he kept me around. I clenched my fists. Are you serious? And when I confronted him, she continued, he grabbed my arm and said if I left, he'd ruin my life. My voice shook. He put his hands on you? She pushed up her sleeve, revealing dark bruises along her skin. I stepped back, breathing hard. He did that? She nodded. I didn't know who else to call. You did the right thing, I said. No, she whispered. I feel stupid. I should have left sooner. You're not stupid, I said. You're scared. And he counted on that. She wiped her eyes. What do I do, Ethan? Tell me what to do. I hesitated. Part of me wanted to tell her to walk away quietly and forget all of them. But another part of me, the part Liam kept pushing, wanted justice, wanted truth, wanted the world to finally see what he was. What do you want? I asked. I want to be free, she said. I want him to stop hurting people. I want someone to believe me. I believe you, I said. She clutched my sleeve. Then help me. I sat beside her. If we expose him, everything changes. Are you ready for that? She nodded slowly. Yes. I'm done being afraid. I exhaled. Okay. Then we start with proof. She opened her bag and pulled out her phone. I have messages. Pictures. Voice notes. Voice notes? I asked. He recorded himself bragging to his friends. He thought it made him look powerful. I felt heat rise in my chest. Let me hear one. She tapped play. Liam's voice filled the air, arrogant, laughing, cruel. She won't leave, he said in the recording. She knows she needs me. They all need me. I stared straight ahead. He actually believes that. There's more, she whispered. I recorded our fight. And, when he grabbed me. I turned to her sharply. You recorded him threatening you? Yes. My hands were shaking, but I needed proof. You're brave, I said. She laughed weakly. I feel anything but brave. You are, I said. Now we just need someone official to confirm the evidence. Like who? Detective Brooks, I said. He's strict, but he cares about truth. Her voice trembled. Will he listen? If he hears what you played for me, I said, he'll listen. She nodded. Then take me to him. I walked her to my car. But before we go, you can't stay at your apartment. Why not? Because Liam knows where you live, I said. And if he's threatened you once? She closed her eyes. You're right. Grace has a spare room, I said. She'll keep you safe. You're sure she won't mind? She won't, I assured her. Grace actually cares. Chloe gripped my arm. Thank you, Ethan. I don't know how to repay you. You don't owe me anything, I said. I'm just doing what someone should have done a long time ago. When we reached the station, we asked for Detective Sean Brooks. He stepped out, tall, serious, tired looking. He asked, what's going on? Chloe looked at me, and I nodded. She took a breath. I need to report someone. I have evidence. Brooks crossed his arms. Who? My fiancé, she said. He glanced at me. Liam Miller? Yes, she whispered. Brooks motioned us inside. Show me what you have. Chloe handed him her phone. He listened to the recordings, his expression tightening with each second. When he finished, he said, this is serious. He can't get away with this. Chloe's voice cracked. I just want to be safe. You will be, Brooks said. But you need to stay somewhere he can't reach you. I'm taking her to Grace's place, I said. Brooks nodded. Good. I'll start the paperwork and contact you both. As we left the station, Chloe touched my hand. Ethan, why are you helping me this much? Because, I said, I'm done letting him hurt people. She whispered, you're the only one who ever stood up for me. That's because you deserve that, I said. We reached Grace's house, and Grace rushed out. What happened? Long story, I said softly. But she needs a place to stay. Grace nodded immediately. Come inside, both of you. Chloe squeezed my arm. Thank you, Ethan. I feel safer already. I watched her step into the house, and something settled inside me. I had crossed a line. I wasn't the quiet shadow anymore. And I wasn't going back. When Chloe officially moved out of Liam's apartment, my phone rang nonstop. The first call came from my father. What did you do? He demanded. I helped her leave, I said. She wasn't safe. You had no right, he snapped. You're tearing this family apart. No, I replied, Liam did that himself. He hung up on me. 10 minutes later, Aunt Victoria called. Ethan Miller, she shouted, how dare you poison that girl against my son? She left because he hurt her. She's lying, Victoria hissed. Liam would never. She has recordings, I said. Of him threatening her. Silence. Then a growl, if you release anything, you'll regret it. I'm not the one releasing it, I said. She hung up too. I barely had time to breathe before Liam called. Get over here, he barked. Now. No, I said. Chloe filed a report, he snapped. A report. With Detective Brooks. You told her to do it. She did what she needed to do. What she needed to do, he mocked. You always wanted to ruin me. I wanted you to stop hurting people. He let out a harsh laugh. You'll pay for this, Ethan. Everyone in this family will know you stabbed me in the back. Maybe they'll finally see who you really are. He cursed and hung up. Later that afternoon, the fallout began. Investors called emergency meetings. My father stormed into the living room. "Explain yourself," he demanded. "I'm not explaining anything," I said. "Ask your golden son." "I don't care what Liam did," he said. "You betrayed your own blood." "You're defending a man who abused his fiancée," I said. "What does that make you?" "It makes me someone who protects his family." I met his glare. "Then protect the right person for once." Before he could answer, Victoria barged in. "The investors are pulling out," she screamed. "They said they can't trust Liam's leadership." My father paled. "What?" Victoria pointed at me. "This is your son's fault. He fed lies to that girl." I stepped forward. "They aren't lies." "Shut up," she spat. "You destroyed Liam's future." "He destroyed it himself," I said. "You just refused to see it." "You little," she began, but my father held her back. Right then, Chloe's recordings were released online. Every threat. Every insult. Every brag about cheating. Every cruel laugh. My father's phone buzzed, lit up, buzzed again. He listened for 10 seconds before he staggered back. Victoria covered her mouth. "No, this can't be real. Liam wouldn't say those things." "He wouldn't." "He did," I said. "All of it." "This is your fault," she screamed at me. "You helped her." "You." "I helped the truth," I said. My father turned on me. "Ethan, do you have any idea what you've done? The company is collapsing." "It deserved to collapse," I said. "If the leader is rotten, the walls will fall with him." Victoria growled. "You're proud of this, aren't you?" I paused. "I'm relieved everything is finally visible." The front door slammed open. Liam stormed in, hair a mess, eyes wild. "You," he snarled, pointing at me. "You ruined me." "No," I said. "You ruined yourself." "You think you're better than me now," he yelled. "You think anyone will respect you? I don't need respect from people who defend abuse." He lunged toward me, but my father grabbed him. "Stop. Let me go." Liam screamed. "He took everything from me." "I didn't take anything," I said. "You lost it by being who you are." He froze at that. His face twisted with rage. "I'll fix this. I'll tell everyone you faked the recordings." "You can't fake your own voice," I replied. "You set me up," he whispered. "You set yourself up," I said. "We just stopped protecting you." He looked around desperately, like searching for someone to save him. Victoria stumbled toward him. "Liam, please tell me this isn't real." He couldn't answer. His silence cracked her mask. My father spoke next, voice trembling. "How could you do this to our family?" "Dad," Liam whispered, I didn't mean." "You embarrassed us," my father said. "You embarrassed the entire company." Liam stared at him like he had just been betrayed. But I felt nothing. No pity. No sympathy. Just clarity. Victoria turned to me again. "Are you happy now?" "No," I said. "But I'm not weak anymore." "You were always weak," Liam hissed. I shook my head slowly. "Look at yourself. Look at all of this. Who's weak now?" He didn't answer. Hours later, the house fell into an eerie silence. Phones stopped ringing. Voices stopped shouting. The walls felt heavier, colder. Grace called me. "Are you okay?" "Yes," I said. For the first time, yes. "What about Liam?" "He's falling apart." She was quiet for a moment. "Do you feel bad?" I looked around the empty living room. "No. I feel free." "Good," she whispered. As I hung up, I caught my reflection in the window. For the first time in my life, I didn't see a shadow. I saw someone who finally stepped out of one. 3 months passed before life felt steady again. One evening, Chloe and I walked along the river trail. The air was cold, but her voice was warm. "I never thought I'd feel normal again," she said quietly. "You're doing better than normal," I told her. "You're rebuilding." She smiled. "Because you didn't leave." "I wasn't going to," I said. "You deserved someone in your corner." She nudged my arm. "You always say the right thing." "I just say what I mean." She laughed softly. "That's what scares me. You're honest. I'm not used to that." We sat on a bench overlooking the water. She pulled her knees up. "Ethan, do you ever miss your family?" "Not the version I had," I said. "Maybe I miss what I hoped they'd be." She nodded slowly. "I get that." I turned to her. "What about you? Do you miss him?" She paused. "I miss the idea of who he pretended to be. Not the real Liam." "That makes 2 of us," I whispered. A comfortable silence settled between us. Then her phone buzzed. She looked at the screen and sighed. "Grace again?" I asked. She showed me the message. It read, "Tell him already, Chloe." I raised an eyebrow. "Tell me what?" She shoved the phone back into her pocket. "Nothing. Grace is just Grace." I smirked. She thinks she knows everything. She kind of does. Chloe's face warmed. Especially when it comes to you. I leaned back. I don't know what that means. You don't want to know yet, she said. Later that night, Grace cornered me in her living room. Okay, spill it. Spill what? You and Chloe, she said. You're basically orbiting each other. I rolled my eyes. We're healing. That's all. Healing, she laughed. You look at her like she hung the moon. I crossed my arms. Grace, it's not that simple. Why not? She asked. She trusts you. You trust her. That's rare. I sighed. I don't want to pressure her. You're not, she said. She likes you, Ethan. She's just scared. My chest tightened. Scared of what? Losing another person she cares about, Grace said quietly. Don't rush her. I nodded. I won't. A week later, my father showed up at my apartment. He looked exhausted, older than I remembered. Ethan, he said, can we talk? I stepped aside. What do you want? He sat heavily on the couch. The company, it's falling apart. Investors won't return my calls. I'm sorry to hear that, I said flatly. He looked up. I need your help. You understand the business. And why should I help? I asked. Because you're my son. I shook my head. That never mattered until you needed something. He winced. I made mistakes. You chose Liam, I said. Every time. Even when he hurt people. He's still family, he said. So am I replied, but that didn't matter. He lowered his head. I don't know how to fix this. I'm not fixing it for you, I said. I'm choosing myself now. He stood slowly. I hope one day you'll forgive me. Maybe, I said. But not today. When he left, I closed the door gently, no anger, just clarity. 2 days later, I ran into Liam outside a grocery store. He looked hollow, thin, unshaven, eyes red. Ethan, he said, voice rough. Can we talk? I don't think we have anything left to say. He swallowed. I lost everything. You lost what you destroyed, I said. He rubbed his face. Where's Chloe? I need to explain. You need to leave her alone. He stepped closer. I just want one conversation. She doesn't owe you one. His eyes darkened. You think she'll choose you? I didn't answer. He scoffed. Of course. The hero gets the girl. That's how this works, right? Just then, Chloe walked out of the store holding a paper bag. Liam, she said quietly, don't come near me again. He stared at her, then at me. You're choosing him? She moved behind me, her hand lightly touching my back. Yes. I choose him. His face crumpled. Chloe, don't do this. It's already done, she said. Goodbye. He took a shaky breath and walked away, shoulders bent, head down. I watched him disappear down the street. Chloe exhaled. I didn't want to hurt him, but he needed to hear it. You were honest, I said. Sometimes the truth breaks people. She looked up at me. Does it scare you? Watching him fall like that? No, I said. It teaches me something. What's that? Karma isn't loud, I said softly. It's slow, soft, and final. She reached for my hand. So what now? I squeezed her fingers gently. Now, we start something new. And for the first time in years, the future didn't feel heavy. It felt possible. I never thought I'd see Liam's wedding day, much less get an invitation that said, family presence required. It was obvious what they wanted, unity, a staged image, a lie wrapped in satin. Grace helped me straighten my tie. You don't have to go, she said. I know, I replied, but if I don't show up, they'll blame me for something else. She sighed. Just, don't let them drain you again. I won't, I said. Not anymore. When I arrived at the venue, people whispered everywhere. No one could forget the scandals, the recordings, the downfall. His bride, Isabella Grant, daughter of a wealthy investor, stood near the entrance greeting guests with cold politeness. I walked inside, scanning the room. That's when I heard a familiar voice. There you are. I turned. Chloe stood with a camera hanging from her neck, smiling softly. You're the photographer? I asked. She shrugged. Her family hired the company I work with. I asked for this assignment. Why? I asked. She stepped closer. Because you'd be here. And because I wanted to see how this ends. I exhaled. You look good. Her cheeks warmed. So do you. Sit with me while I work? Of course. We moved to a small seating area near the front. Chloe adjusted her camera while leaning into me slightly. You okay being here? She asked. I'm fine, I said. Just curious how far they'll go to pretend everything is normal. She smirked. From what I heard backstage, very far. What did they say? That Liam needs to restore the family image, she replied. And that Isabella is a fresh start. I chuckled bitterly. Fresh start from the truth? She lifted her camera. More like fresh cover. Guests began to sit. The lights dimmed. Soft music played. I felt Chloe's shoulder brush mine. You ready? She asked. For what? To see the ending you earned. I didn't answer. My chest felt strangely light. The doors opened. Liam walked down the aisle with his father at his side. He looked exhausted, thin, nothing like the man who once acted untouchable. His eyes scanned the guests, searching, trembling, until they landed on me. Then they slid to Chloe beside me. His face twisted with something like regret and bitterness mixed together. Chloe whispered, he's realizing. Realizing what? I asked. That he lost everything he thought he controlled. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. The bride appeared next, gliding forward like she was walking into a business deal rather than a marriage. Liam didn't even look at her. He kept staring at me, and then at Chloe. During the vows, Chloe leaned toward me. Look at his hands. He's shaking. I glanced up. Liam could barely hold the ring without fumbling. Chloe lifted her camera. Smile, Liam, she whispered under her breath. I tried not to laugh. When the officiant said, if anyone objects, speak now, the room froze. Liam's eyes flicked toward Chloe again, almost pleading. She didn't move. Neither did I. The silence stretched until the officiant continued. When the ceremony ended, applause broke out, not joyful, more relieved, like people wanted to escape the tension. Chloe lowered her camera. Walk with me. Sure. We slipped out to a quiet hallway. She stopped and looked at me. Do you feel anything for him right now? She asked. I thought about it. Not hate. Not anger. Just closure. She smiled gently. That's good. That means you're done surviving and finally living. Before I could reply, Liam approached from behind us. Ethan, he said, voice rough. I turned. What do you want? He looked between us. Did you have to sit together? Right in front of me. Chloe stepped closer to me. We sat where we wanted. He swallowed. Chloe, can we talk? No, she said. Everything's already been said. His voice cracked. Do you really choose him? She nodded. I do. He looked at me again. You win. I shook my head. I wasn't playing. His eyes glistened, just for a moment, before he turned and walked away. Chloe exhaled. That's the last time he tries. Yeah, I said. He finally understands. We returned to the reception area, but neither of us went inside. Instead, we sat on a bench outside the hall, the muffled music fading behind us. Chloe rested her head on my shoulder. This is the ending you deserved. I didn't take anything from him, I said quietly. No, she whispered, but you stopped letting him take things from you. I watched the lights shimmer through the window, guests pretending everything was beautiful while Liam crumbled behind their smiles. Chloe's hand found mine. So what now? Now, I said, we make our own peace. She inhaled softly, settling against me. As we sat there, the night calm and quiet, I realized something simple and final. Karma didn't roar. It whispered. And tonight, it whispered in our favor.